if you did not know, is Military Appreciation Month. This morning, we're recognizing Hector Iran, a local veteran who's actively involved in the community and giving back to fellow veterans. Hector, thank you so much for coming in. We do appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is quite the honor, of course. You know, May, we always love to pay tribute to those who have sacrificed so much for our country. So a great thanks to you and your family for doing everything that you've done. You are a member of the Spring Branch American Legion. What's your role in the organization? Tell us a little bit about what the organization does too within communities.
I am the local post commander for the Spring Branch American Legion Post 654 in Houston, Texas. And the American Legion, you know, it's one of the largest and oldest veteran service organizations in the world. They help get veterans their benefits, you know, educational benefits, medical, any disability benefits. They're there to have a place for veterans to call home. Yeah,
yeah.
So, yes.
You know, I have found through my experience growing up in a rural town in upstate New York, the American Legion truly, for many of these communities, they're the anchors of those towns. They're the anchors serving, you know, those who served our country.
Yes, sir.
And they do a lot of good. I was in Boys State. I don't know if that rings a bell. I was, in New York, we had this thing called a program called Boys State, and it was for young men. I believe it was in between junior and senior year of high school. You went off for a week to essentially it was like a boot camp.
Boot camp. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And it was a great experience. So I know a lot of good comes from the work that these posts do across the country.
Yes,
absolutely. I also know that you are part of the Armed Forces Appreciation Committee with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. What is that experience like? What does that entail?
Man, it's a very prestigious committee. I'm honored to be on it. It's a great way to show appreciation for our veterans and our local you know, fire department, police, and all that stuff. So it's 2 days out of the Houston Livestock Show Rodeo that we get to host our heroes and treat them out to a good day at the.
And I know if you're not doing things with the rodeo, you're doing things with the Astros. Tell us a little bit about what it is you do with families and how you bring them to Minute Maid Park and the experience they have there.
I have a good partnership with the Houston Astros. They allow me to bring military veterans, active duty personnel, wounded warriors, their families to a lot of the home games. I'm allowed to nominate some of the guys to receive recognition on the field during some of the games. I've taken veterans to the World Series, to the, you know, the ALDS, the ALCS.
They must go bonkers.
Oh yes, definitely. So especially when I have a World War II veteran being recognized or something like that, the crowd was crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. I know you're also involved with the Greatest Generation, and if folks are not familiar with what the Greatest Generation is, tell us what it is and tell us what you do.
The Greatest Generation is pretty much, you know, a veteran that served during World War II. They went through the Great Depression. They're a dying breed. They're very short, you know, amount of those veterans still left. And I took it upon myself with a small committee to show appreciation to these guys and let them know, hey, you're not forgotten. You're still, you know, we still appreciate everything you've done for us. You've done tremendously a lot for, you know.
They've been through so much.
Yes, definitely. So we took it upon ourselves to do a 3-day all-expense-paid trip to New Orleans to visit the National World War II Museum, and we're working on our 3rd annual trip this year.
When does that happen?
It's happening in September of this year.
September of this year. And how many folks do you bring with you?
Last year we took 18 World War II veterans, the youngest ranging 93 and the oldest being 102.
Wow. And this year, do you have any idea on how many?
We want to shoot for at least another 18 to 20.
Can some of the veterans who went in previous years, are they eligible to go again?
We try to get new ones, but since they're so small of a group, it's kind of hard to try to locate so many.
I am sure that must be extremely emotional.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Well, we so much appreciate everything that you have done and you continue to do for our country and, of course, our Houston community.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Hector.